LRM Universe. This is the Azorian one, Anthony Esteves. I know it's weird. Usually you see me on social media or doing some weird video on Twitter. But today I am sitting down in the interviewer's chair, and I am sitting across via the digital world we call Zoom. And I am talking to one of the stars of the #1 movie of the summer this year, Followed, and that is Miss Caitlin Grace. How are you, Caitlin?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. No one knows this, but Caitlin and I know each other from 20 plus years ago, but we'll get to that'll be involved in the conversation. That's somewhere in there. So Caitlin, of course,
At all.
Caitlin, of course, is one of the stars of the movie, the indie horror film Followed, which came out this summer, hit #1 at the box office, and is now available for you on demand, on Apple, on wherever you watch or download movies. It's available for you right now. Real quick, how does that feel?
Surreal. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, it actually finally happened, but it's been 4 years in the making. So it's like, okay, it's actually happened. It keeps coming up and going away. It's really interesting.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So Caitlin, give everyone of our LRM viewers your background. Where you're from, where'd you come from, how'd you get to this?
Well, I came from Lodi, California.
What? Really?
Like you. I have a friend
Interesting.
that we might have gone to the same high school,
I
maybe.
think it's possible. It's you know what? I think you're right. I think we did go to the same high school.
And there was that one play
Hmm.
that we did. We had class too, but I think there might have been a play.
Most likely. I think it was. I think you were in the James Bond plays, weren't you?
Oh no, it was better than that.
Which one? Okay, hold up. What is my brain forgetting? Was it senior year? Was it Not God's Favorite?
Mm-mm. Neil Simon.
Paul Soprano?
Wasn't it Fools?
Yes, we were in Fools. That's right.
Fools.
Duh. Old
Oh
man
my
brain.
God.
Dad brain. Caitlin, dad brain. You know?
You know what? There are many things that I have forgotten, and so it's all good.
I just remember laughing a lot with you in Fallon's class. That's what I remember. So
Oh, fun. It was a blast. It really was. Katie and Katie may remember it now.
So is that when you got the acting bug, or was it right after that?
It was before that, actually. It happened in like summer church camp. I only went for one summer. It was brief. I think it's a maybe 2-week thing. And they were doing a skit about morals. Is this good? Is this bad? Should you do it? Should you not? And I got one of the lead parts in the skit, and I just had so much fun. And I had a lot of people come up to me afterwards being like, "You were so good. You should do this, da da da." And I was like, "Yeah, this is fun. Definitely." And this was after I saw Interview with the Vampire with Kirsten Dunst. So when I originally saw her, I was like, dude, if that girl can do it. And then it just, from there, yep.
That's a good inspiration, because at that age, she was fantastic in that movie. Oh, that was good inspiration.
Yeah.
Good inspiration.
Thank you, Kirsten Dunst. One day, it'd be nice to work with you too.
Now, how long have you been a working actor? How long has it been?
It's so funny, that term working actor.
Right.
I don't consider working actor even getting paid for the work I do. In fact, I consider myself a working actor from the moment I started taking acting classes.
Nice.
The moment I really started to invest myself in my career, that's when I knew, okay, now I'm a working actor. And the thing is like I might book like 2% of everything I go out there. I mean, it's just a numbers game. It's like sales, right? Mm-hmm. But the work I put into it to be prepared for those auditions, that's the work. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now, how were you doing commercials, ads, aside from the classes? Anything you got in there? Voiceovers?
I did a couple. I did do a short film.
Nice.
The Pink Clip. I was nominated Best Actress for that. So that was
nice.
That was the first time I was like, oh, someone actually notices, other than the people who are casting me, about me. I was like, okay, so that was I actually woke up the next morning and it hit me, because I found out that night, slept on it, and then I was like, so that was a really cool experience. And then just some other short things here and there. Oh, I was in this film called Jill and Bobby. by Silk on Star. You can find it for free on YouTube.
Nice.
And it's hilarious. It's had over 1 million views. So that was the first kind of like feature I was in, independent. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then how long, how did you get involved with the Followed production?
Dream come true. It's funny because I see it as almost like a fairy tale, even though it's a horror film. So it's kind of funny to consider it that. But when I was 9, I had a vision and I said, okay, I'm going to be in my late 30s, early 40s when I really start to make it in this career. I had a feeling. I just knew. And then I also knew that my first film would be a horror feature. So surprisingly enough, when I go into, and I watched Tim and Antoine's interview, and he mentioned that he came in, and basically what we did was we were handed a scenario. Someone has to go, someone has to stay. You're trying to convince that someone to go, but they definitely leave and you can't. And they gave us a brief backstory, and that was it. So it was my job to go in there and be like, okay, so these are the circumstances. What are the hottest choices? What would make someone's heartbeat faster or stomach churn in order, like what's going to get me moving? I'm like getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. And I got really specific and I started thinking, who's this character to me? How long have we known each other for? Da, 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 da. So when it came into the actual audition, I could let all of that go and just interact with the person who was with me and just feed off of them, right? So it was really interesting when I actually did get a call back for the role.
Nice.
Yeah, I have this thing where if I have an audition, I forget about it because you never expect to hear anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool.
That is awesome. And when are you now? I'm a horror movie nerd. Were you a horror movie fan? Do you enjoy the horror genre?
I did for the longest time, but my nightmares kept me up at night, and I started to feel like too affected by them, actually, surprisingly enough. So I actually, I stayed far back at this point, but I started watching Black Mirror. I know I'm really late to the boat. It's crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched Haunting of Hill House yet?
No.
Ooh, I think you'd like Haunting of Hill House because it's scary but good story.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think that'd be something you'd be down to play in. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Being the horror movie nerd, I'm over here like, and it's funny because you had the vision of in your mid to late 30s making it, and that'd be a horror film. You're following in a line of actresses who made their careers off being in horror films. I mean, got right. You could be doing. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, Neve Campbell, Jennifer Love Hewitt. You've got these actresses who made it big when they were in a horror film, and the horror movies. I mean, I think Johnny Depp and Kevin Bacon also were in horror films. Were in Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. So I'm just saying, a lot of people start there. I'm just saying.
And like honestly, to be part of this crew and like Antoine, Matt, Todd, Greg, the entire cast, everyone in the back. It truly was like a family. It was one of the coolest experiences. I hope that every set's like this. I really do. That's really incredible.
Watching it because I purchased it. I own it now. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm a fan of indie horror films. Of people just getting a camera, getting a crew. It goes back to John Carpenter and Halloween. Just slapping this together, guerrilla filmmaking, and you kind of felt that with this movie. With an amazing setting, just that's a hotel, wasn't it?
Yeah. We actually shot in 2 locations.
Okay. So
locations, yeah.
And the way you all work together, it just felt great watching it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Your character is, of course, Nick, the producer. I'm correct, yes?
No, the editor.
Editor. I'm sorry, the editor. Yes.
Yeah.
And so
I'm going to call myself the producer. Hey, I'm the producer.
I think Nick would claim that. I'm just saying.
I would.
What was your inspiration for the character? What was your mindset for it?
Well, when I initially read, I can't believe they actually wrote the part in for me after they brought me in for the callback. And
that's got to feel good.
It's like, I feel like, I can't believe I can say I feel blessed, but I truly do. So when I was able to like read the script and kind of figure out, okay, so who is Nick? She's definitely on the edgier side, and they wanted someone edgy. So I actually cut my hair for it, and I decided to like alter my look. I hadn't cut my hair in the longest time because getting headshots, let's keep it real, that's expensive, okay? and you used to have to cut stuff out. Now we don't have to think out. It's really nice. So it's easier to cut, like check up the hair. But I really wanted to dig deep and figure out, like I said earlier, the hottest choice to make the blood boil. And I just decided that she came from a really rough, like, childhood. And I made some specifics about like family life and situations that happened to her and her putting up these walls. And then that way, when it did come for the switch in my character, there was somewhere for me to go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was something that I could attach. And I just made it really personal. I made it really personal. So all of my demons, I basically bestowed them upon to Nick and worked with that. Yeah.
It shows in your performance because, and this is something you've had since I remember seeing you in high school acting. You bring out emotion so easily in your performances, and it was shows in this one. Like, I see you crying, and I believe you are crying. Like me, I'll admit, I love acting, but crying was my weakness. I couldn't cry on command. I could yell, I could be mad, I could be angry, but crying I couldn't do. You,
That's hard.
yeah.
It took me 45 minutes to work up to that on set.
And it shows in that performance because you just made me want to cry the way it was affecting you.
Yeah, I mean, I really did break down. I mean, like it was funny. I was breaking down, and then Antoine comes and he's like, he had another take. He's like, "You have more in there." And I was like, "Oh God, I know." And then I was like, "Fuck, I think I do." And then the next time, it just like it really just fucking it landed. And yeah, I remember like after that one take, I was like, "Cool, I think we got it." I got sick for the next like 2 or 3 days. I got a head cold because I was like crying for 2 hours, and then fast forward another 2 days, I had another scene that was as traumatic. So,
Ooh, well, I mean, I'm sorry you went through that pain, but you gave one hell of a performance.
you know what? I loved that I had a head cold. I'm such a masochist. I loved that I got sick from my craft. Like, are you kidding me? I delivered. Yes.
I am an actor. I am an actor.
Hear me roar.
So, while filming, how long did filming take, by the way?
Oh my gosh, I think less than 20 days. It was ridiculous how quickly we did shoot. I wasn't on set nearly as much because I had like a smaller role.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, everyone was on their mark. It was amazing. All the actors were off book. All the people behind the scenes, like Carrie, Antoine, Nelson, Sam, other Sam, like everyone was just ready to go. Great attitudes, morale, so good.
That's awesome. So in those moments when you were there, was there ever, an eerie feeling while you guys were filming? Did it ever feel eerie and cold?
So we didn't shoot in the actual hotel. However, I did actually rent a room in that hotel before they closed down for research. And I stayed the night in it.
God.
Yeah.
This is why I like you as an actress. This is you're doing the stuff I want to do. That's what
I live in LA, and I'd already been familiar with the case before this project came about. So I lost my shit going over, pardon my French, like doing all and like Richard Ramirez and like Jack, what's his name, like all of the different people and the Black Dahlia, and I just went down a wormhole. So I was like, I'm staying, and I dragged the other two of them. I don't think Matt Solomon, the lead, was able to come. I was like, you're coming with me. They couldn't stay the night. So he did say something. He mentioned that it was a really flat, eerie, like it's just flat. And when I heard him say that, I was like, yeah, that's actually one of the best ways that it's just like it absorbed everything. Your energy didn't go anywhere, but it was eerie. The best way I can describe it is just like eerie.
There weren't any hauntings did you get any scary moments or?
I did. I honestly was trying to like tune it out. I mean, I was going through and like with my camera, and I was doing all these like Instagram stories at the time. I should find them and like read. Oh no, they're on stop. Anyways, so it was fun documenting it. I didn't fall asleep though. And I did bring my own blanket, and I laid it on top of everything else just because like you never know with bed bugs. I mean,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah.
It could have been a Ghost Adventures moment, Zach Bagans and everything.
I should have brought like the spirit sticks or like one of the magic boxes.
Yes. So You are now one of the stars of the #1 movie of summer 2020.
Star.
Right? I'm not going to stop saying that for you. I'm always going to send this. I'm going to send you daily or weekly messages. Hey, star of the summer 2020 #1 film. What's going on? So where are we going from now? Are you looking for more horror movies? Are you looking for anything now? Are you just
Anything. Honestly, I finally signed with new management. I'm really excited. It's funny, as an actor, I can go out for audition, not getting the part. That's fine. I don't fit what you're looking for.
Mhm.
But trying to find an agent or a manager and not being able to find one, that's where the rejection like really kicks in. Cause I'm like, I know what I can offer. I have so much to offer. What can I do to show people what I can do? So I'm really excited. I signed with creative management. So I'm hoping that that will start to open up more doors, especially now that Followed has launched. But yeah, like part of being the working actor, you're lucky if you can work, a full-time job doing this. And one day I want to have like an HBO show, and I want it to be like long. I want to be on a Grey's Anatomy type, 12 years plus, and
oh yeah.
that's the dream, right?
Hmm.
But I feel really positive about it. I don't know why. I mean, I've gone this far. I've been out here since 2006, and I finally got my big break. Hopefully, this is my big break, universe. You're listening, right? So I really do. I have really high hopes. I really do.
That's awesome to hear. Now, I'm going to ask two questions. This is my creative questions here. Uh, Movie, past or present, what is the dream movie you wish you were in? Past and present, a movie that you love so much you would love to have been in it, or a movie like it.
Wow.
I know
Oh,
that's big. Sorry.
loaded question.
I know. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay, because like in acting class, that was a question that one of our teachers gave us. Like, if you could be anybody, living, dead, male or female, doesn't matter, whose shoes would you want to take place? And I thought, I was like, I think Sandra Bullock's. She
Nice.
has, she does the comedy, she does the drama. She's a great human overall. Like, I love her style. I just love everything about her. So I think that I couldn't say a movie, but if there was a career direction I want to go, it would be hers. Yeah.
That works. That's a fantastic choice. Um, Favorite TV show?
Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
Nice, nice.
Shonda Rhimes. I've watched that series. I've watched every episode at least 3 times. Don't judge me.
We'll tag her when we share this interview. We'll tag her and see what happens. How about that?
That's great.
Caitlin, as always, it is a pleasure to be conversing with you. Caitlin Grace, one of the stars of the #1 movie of the summer of 2020, Followed. If you haven't watched it yet, it is available on all digital download areas we want. I purchased it. It's worth it if you love indie horror movies. This is one you'll thoroughly enjoy, and it features, and it's fun. It is fun, yes. And it has a insanely talented young woman starring in it, and that is her, Caitlin Grace. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
We
you.
are honored to have you here on LRM, and thank you for being my first interview on LRM. Huh?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I can't wait until like the times have switched. I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm like the guest LRM interviewer, and now I'm interviewing you. And we're gonna work with each other. Definitely.
Universe. Caitlin, thank you so much. You take care. Do you want to throw out any social media we can follow you on?
Oh
Or
yes, thank you. So you can find me on Instagram, Caitlin Grace, and the letter U, Caitlin Grace U. On Twitter, I think I'm Caitlin underscore Grace underscore EU. And yeah, I mean, you can find me on Facebook, Caitlin Grace, pretty much. It's CAITLIN. And really fast, if we are going to tag Shonda Rhimes in this, I have like one of the things that really got me upset filming this was thinking about the fact that Meredith lost somebody. I don't want to, I almost just spilled beans and no one's ever seen it. But that really helped. But like that helps too. So thank you.
that's great inspiration. Oh man, and I watched Grey's. I know. I'm aware. I know. Caitlin, thank you so much for being here, and wish you nothing but the greatest success in your future.
Thank you, Anthony, and absolute likewise for you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. You take care.
Bye, guys.